Hello and welcome back to the Adventures of Siberia. We are playing Space Engineers, and this is Do Not Awaken. I am back at it, guys. This time, I want to spend a little bit more time working on just buttoning up these builds. So I feel like up until now, I have been just rushing through these builds in order to get out here to this specific area, right? On the other side, we were in complete darkness. We could not get food production going and things like that. For example, I couldn't do an algae farm, would not have been possible on that side. Although we are still limited on food, I want to do something kind of quick to get something going here. What I want to do is build a very tiny, small little scouting flying vehicle. And I want to use it to go look for seeds. We definitely need seeds. We need a lot of things in order to get the farm going. But before I do that, what I will get done, right? And what I'd like to get done to get food production going. So the good thing about where we are is that the sun, it wobbles around here, but it doesn't go down. So we'll have eternal daylight here for quite some time. So I'm going to set up my algae farms as as the basis to what we're doing here. And I want to do something kind of simple. I'm going to set up 3 algae farms on each side. By no means is this going to be a permanent solution for this ship. It's something to get us just moving, right? I will have some type of food coming in, right? If I keep these out here exposed to the sunlight and go do something else, by the time I come back, I will have food. The other thing I want to do is on this conveyor here, I'm going to pop a food processor. Forgot what it was called there for a second. And on this food processor, I'm just going to queue up whatever those algae pull into crisps, right? And that can be our first form of food. It'll get us going here. Then I don't have to worry about running out of food anymore. Like, I can literally relax a little bit, which is one of the reasons why I came here to begin with. Let's go into the production here of this processor, and we're just going to queue up algae, the crisps. Yeah, kelp crisps. Now, they're not the most efficient food. They only give you 8%. I'm just going to queue up like 300 of them. And as these algae farms start getting us food here, right? Let's see. Yeah. So as these start bringing in algae, that will process it, and we will have some food. In the meanwhile, I could have one more of my meal packs that I had in this cryo pod here. So let's go ahead and eat one of those. And one thing that I wanted to do, that I've been dying to do, is to take this same color and thaw it out. We are no longer in the ice. So, look at that. It's regular color now, right? It doesn't have to be all frosty. I'm dying to do the same to my rover here. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We can actually see it. The miner no longer needs it either. looks a lot clearer. These wheels won't need it either. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and just build this little flying machine. I'm talking very, very compact, small grid, little something I can fly around in and go look for some seeds, things like that for the food production. Once that is done, then I can come back here and I'm just going to have a little bit of a relaxed stream here where I'm going to focus on making things look better. Like I said, we rushed so much coming from the other side of the planet here that, you know, I feel like if I had been playing in a more relaxed environment, it would have been a lot easier to just make things look really nice. So first things first, let's go ahead and, you know what, I'm just going to build it off of the top of here. Since this is a small grid, it'll just make my life a little easier to build from here. So let's get a cockpit. And for this, I think I'm going to go with, I'm thinking one of the bike ones. I don't remember if it was this one or the off-center one. It was one of these. I'm just going to go with a motorcycle cockpit, because I really want this to be a small vehicle. So right here, right at the front, we're going to go ahead and pop that. Just grab a battery. Pop a battery here as well. Small grid. I think the industrial or warfare would look a little nicer here. I'm not worried too much about cargo space or anything like that. This is mainly going to be so that I can, like I said, collect seeds. So I'm not too worried about it. I do want to place thrusters on it. I want the flatmost. I think the flatmost will work just great here. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Let's take... Yeah, then I can put small ones on the bottom there. I need one gap there so that I can... We'll see here in just 1 second. So let's get these here. Like so. Right? Then I can get something like this. If I land it in the right spot. Place the block everywhere but where I wanted it. Okay, let's do this. And let's continue. Now I can get those thrusters. There we go. A little flyer. Nothing too serious. He can go there. I think I have room to then set up little lateral ones here, right, for my drift, like that, on each side, something like that. For braking, I can just, what can I do for the braking? I think what I'll do is this. Put them right here. Kind of defeats the purpose of putting that there, but it's okay. Let's get one of these here, one of these here. Hope this is enough battery. If not, I'll throw a small reactor on it. Shouldn't be a big deal. So now that holds the thruster up there. For the reverse, I think what I'll do, or I'm sorry, for the forward ones, I should say, I could add something like this here. And then set those thrusters there. So we have 2 forward, 2 backwards, laterals, 2 up. I don't need down power because, right, it'll be all right. We're in gravity. What else do I need on this? I do want an ore detector because we are going to explore what's around here and see what we can, what kind of things we can get. I think I'll just pop it in the back here. And then maybe an antenna or a beacon. Yeah. They do an antenna or a beacon. Do a beacon for the sake of power. For one of these guys up here. You can go just right there. And then gyros. We will need gyros. Let's get a couple of these guys. Where do I gyro? Where do I gyro? I have room up here? Nope. 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 I really want to put them on top, but I guess we can. You know, why not right here? We can do something like that. And then just for a little extra design, a little something something, I can throw a couple of these back here. Let's get these blocks like that. I should put a connector on it. Yeah, connector would be good here. What's that layout looking like? I think that kind of looks cool. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. And then I can do cargo right here. Not that I need cargo space, to be honest, for this, but I could throw the seeds in there. Let's go ahead and close these guys off. Actually, lights. I want to use these lights here. I think these will give it a nice flare up here. Yeah, let's do something like that. So to close it off. I have plenty of lights going forward. Yeah, I think this can work. So a little something like that. Yeah, why not? That looks okay. Can be okay. And then I can throw mag pads underneath it for when I do need to lock it. I can get a small reactor on this. I think it'll be... I'll never have to even connect it, to be honest. Let's see. It should be flying. Let's go ahead and release it. And then I can throw a magnetic plate at the tip here on the nose. And then for the sake of just keeping it clean, let me use my welderless armor for this. I'm just going to set this up like this. All the way to here, like so. Not that it really matters, but a little extra protection. Let's get the window block. Where is it? These guys. Like so. We'll have a little detail right there. Let me get some of these. And right there. Okay, that looks okay. And then kind of wanted to make it look like it was a footrest here. So I'm thinking if I get a corner, where is it? One of these. Where are you? I just have a hard time finding these blocks. But if I do something like this, right? I pop that there. This here. Right? Same thing on this side. Like that. Then I can throw, excuse me, a few of these here. It looks like a little footrest area. Since it's the bike cockpit, I think that'll be kind of interesting to go with that design. Pop a few of these here and set this up like so. All right, let's take a look at it from above. Hey, that kind of works for me. I mean, honestly, I think that works. Looks kind of cool. Doesn't have to be severely, I don't know, severely awesome, but awesome enough. Let's, kind of wanted to do something here. Maybe I'll just do a spiky one. Like that. Right there. For, I don't know what reason. It tickled me the right way there. Alright, so let's weld this stuff up. Make sure all the blocks are built. And take it for a spin. I can always come back later and put a connector here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And then I can set it up to the dock. Like so. Right here. Yeah. That could be that. And I can also, just to make it a little bit more symmetrical back here, I can set up something like this. Here. One on that side, one on this side. In case we are caught out there in the darkness. And I was thinking maybe one of these guys here. That's offset light. Yeah. Can we place them on those guys? No, 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 no. No, nothing there. I'll just do one on each side here, right underneath that little thruster. One underneath this guy. And I think this is a complete build. I think this should be good to go. Look at that, little flyer, little motorcycle flyer. All right, feel like I should be in a motorcycle club. 11 minutes, I do need to charge it. But that should be easy. I can just pop a connector on the rover here, on the base, and should be able to fly it. Yeah, this works. This works for me. One of the things I'm going to do is just, let's name it, right? What do I name this thing? Bluebird. All right, that's a cool name. The Bluebird. I don't know. Info. Let's call it the Bluebird. You know what? The Blue Angel. Kind of reminds me of those jets that you used to see at Air and Sea Show in Florida. Yeah, like a Blue Angel. Although it's not even close to one, but let's reset all names. So this is a mod here that allows me to rename everything. So since it's called Blue Angel, I'm just going to do B.A in the beginning of everything here on this grid. That way I keep track of everything. Every block on here belongs to that. We're good to go, right? And that's going to be my suffix. Sorry, my prefix for everything. Now I also want to get my backward thrusters so we can glide. And we're going to call this BA Blue Angel braking thrusters. There you go. So now I can set that on my group, on my hotbar here on number 2, right? And look at that. What it does is it turns my front thrusters on and off, so I can just glide. 32 minutes of power. This is actually not too bad. I'd like to get some main blocks, for example. Let's get my connector, right? We'll need that. We can do a switch lock on that right here. We can get a battery and set it to recharge on and off. Beacon on and off. And then the ore detector on and off. I think that's good for now. And there you have it. We have a nice little flying scout. And we're gonna call it Blue Angel. Oops. One second. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, let me fix this here. The Blue Angel on the beacon, and now there we have it. Let's take it for a little test flight, and then we'll come back and paint it. So it's not super intensely fast, right? But it's fast enough for a scout. I think it'll work, right? Nice and flat, nice and easy to use. And we can go run around and look for ores, look for for seeds, right? Well, we definitely need seeds. What is over there? I missed that. My signal was not open. Let me leave it on fully visible. I think a base spawned this way here somewhere. Okay, no worries. So let's go over here to this unknown signal since we're doing a test flight on it anyways. Look at that, from first person. This is kind of cool, right? This is pretty decent. And I can always greeble it up, do more little designs on it, and make it look pretty. I think I'm gonna put a couple of white stripes on it. Let's see how the braking thrusters work here. So I just activate that, slows me down. Number 2 on the hotbar. Yep. We got silicon over here. It's a logistics outpost 5 kilometers out. And let's land it right here. Cool. Oh my god, the grass is so tall here. Okay, let's see. Where is the... What's inside here? Synth loaf, artificial flavoring, artificial everything, consumable, unknown effects, not craftable. It's another one of those death meals. Let's push the button, see if we get anything. What do we get? Absolutely nothing. Okay, well, I'll grind you. The grass is kind of tall here. It might be a little difficult to find seeds in this area. Excuse me. But I think a little bit closer to the ice lake, it'll be easier to do that. To find some seeds. Yeah, that's a quick and easy way to just throw together a little flyer that you can scout around in, make your life a little easier. This grass is throwing me off so bad. It's so tall. Can't really see all the blocks in here. Come on. I think that was everything. Oh no, there's another one here. There's something else here. Come on, just grind it. Alright, I think that was everything. But, excuse me. I was thinking about maybe getting like a darker tone of white. Maybe with these technical stripes here. I think that would be kind of cool. And then, what if I did the battery deck? Actually, no. I would like to do something like... Here I go. So this is the greebling stages of things, right? Excuse me, guys. Sorry, my throat is just killing me. So yeah, this would be the greebling stages of things, and it's kind of cool. I like this stage. It's fun. You can do a bunch of different things to the vehicle, make it look interesting, right? Is any of it needed? Absolutely not. Is it fun? Absolutely. You know, that's kind of the deal about it. To just have some fun. So I'm doing little spoilers here. I'm gonna throw a couple of these guys on the back here. And don't worry, we'll get to the base here shortly.
Fuel low.
Like right now, because I don't want to run out of fuel in the middle of nowhere. Okay.
Fuel critical.
Let's just go back to the base, and then... So I made a boo-boo. I I didn't set up my GPS because I built this thing and I got excited. We do have some grids out here that we can go explore. That's kind of cool. So we do have materials out here. Where was I? I think I was over here on the ice lake. I don't know, guys. I lost my... Oh, there it is. I found it. And that's why it's super important to put an antenna or set your GPS on your base. First thing I'm going to do is set a beacon on the base so I don't get lost again. But I want to finish greebling this, and then I want to blueprint it. This is a relatively cheap enough little build, right? And that means I can, you know, if I crash it or something, I can just reprint it. I can just set up my projector up here and just reprint it and be done with it. And let's see. I am going to put a connector up here somewhere. And right here on top of these cargos. Yeah, go ahead and let's go ahead and finish welding that. That's good. I'm going to park it here temporarily.
Fuel critical.
Because I absolutely need fuel. Jeez, I'm glitching out a little bit. There we go. Go ahead and get some fuel. Okay, now that I am fueled up, let's throw a connector. Throw a connector down here. Not this kind. Yeah, one of these. Like right there. That way we can plug this little guy in. The other thing I forgot to do is the magnetic plates. I need to set them up. Let's do Blue Angel, mags. Save. I can put that on my hotbar. Let's do... I want to do auto lock on and off. So turn them off for now. Unpark it. Let's go ahead and lock this guy down to the connector. Like so. There we have it. And then set the battery to recharge. Next time I need to use it, it's ready to go. Go ahead and turn those lights off as well. Very cool. I'm happy with how this came out. Let me go ahead and add my little design I was working on here. I think I'm going to do a little edgy thing on it. I don't know why I called it that, but a little edge right here. Like so. And like so. I think that'll look nice on it. What do you guys think? One here. And one here. I think this is interesting. It'll look cool there. And then I wanted to do little details in this color, but up here as well. I think I can go all the way down to here with it, like so. Up there. And then put a flat one of these. Where is it? One of these. There, 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 and there. I think that'll give it a nice contrast with the white and the blue there. And then these down here, I wanted to paint that color. I should fly it to do this. Let's get the battery. Let's get disconnected. Lift it up a little bit just so I can paint it. So we can do this here. Come on. Yep. Like so. Not that it'll matter that much, but you know, because you have to look at it from the bottom to get it like that, to see that. But I think it looks cool. I think that works. And then just to have a little bit of extra protection here on the bottom for this gyro. Not that it'll matter that much. I can just throw a couple of these down here. Like so. The other thing I felt like I needed is I'm thinking something like this up here. Just to make the make it look like the thruster here has a little bit more support, you know? Kind of feels like it's just dangling there. I think that would be kind of cool. Same thing on this side. And I can't place one on the bottom here for that. But I could just do a double. Like that. Like that. Yeah, that'll look okay. Here, here. Damn. I think that looks decent. I think even these guys could be a different color here. What about the cockpit? Do I want it in that color? I mean, it's not horrible. Not horrible. Yeah. I think what I'll do instead is the beacon in this color. Yeah, I think I'll do the beacon in that color. And then I'll do the cockpit back into blue. I think that'll be a nice balance. Okay, cool. One last thing I wanted to do, and that's going to be with our ore detector here. I want to bring it out one block. And the reason is I want to go ahead and put the projector on it. So it's completely done. Projector goes right in here. So let me just see the right. So that's left, right, front. Projector goes right here. We can place a block right over it to hide it. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna use those, but I'm gonna use the welderless version. All the way to here. And I could technically put one there as well. Where do I leave that? Yeah, let's throw one on there. And there we have it. It's completely done. I just need to rename the projector, which is the last block, the ore detector and the projector. Let's do this. Prefix. Done. And I can just go ahead and blueprint it. Go ahead and set up a blueprint. Control B. The Blue Angel. Cool. And then I'm going to fly away from my build and repairs here just so I can do this. Is that a... Oh, I think this is a mushroom. Look at that. We're already scouting. We are already scouting. Yep. Mushroom log. Need that. What can I put here? I think I could get away with one of these up front here. Just for a little extra detail. Okay. Now I can get the projector. Blueprint. Blue Angel. Throw it on here. Perfect. All right, let's line it up. So what do I want? Pitch. Yep, but that way. Let's do forward all the way over. Oh no, I did wrong pitch. It's this way. That way. Yep. Forward. Right there. Vertical. Down. Bam. He is done. He is completely done. And I'm digging it. I think this is very cool. Going to go ahead and redo the blueprint just because now I have the projector set on there. And that's pretty easy. You just rename it, take the number out. And now you have the authentic blueprint on the actual projector. How are we doing on power? 9. Okay. I feel like... I need to pull my ore detector right there with it on and off. I had forgotten. I think I can scout around over here a little bit. Since we had a mushroom log go up here, I'm going to do a quick scan of the area here to see if I can find some ore. Specifically, I'm looking for silver. Would love to find some silver at this point. But... oh, this thing is cool. Are you a plant that I'm looking for? No, you're not. You are not the plant I'm looking for. Let's see here. I don't want to spend too much time doing this because this is one of those things that I know I will gather a lot of them as I do things around here. I'll bump into them just like I did on the last one there. So I'm not too stressed about it, but here's another mushroom. Like we'll find it. It's just a matter of being patient with it. We have the damaged antenna over there. That could... oh, Actually, if that's what I think it is, it could potentially have the reactor I need. Because that's basically what I'm looking for silver for. I need a reactor. But I'm gonna take a quick peek around here, just a little bit more. Whatever's on the surface. Here's another mushroom. There's a lot of mushroom around here. Look at that. I mean, we're no longer starving, right? Which is the main point of why we came out here. One of the main reasons to come out this way. So we can live in abundance, boys. Another one right here. There's a lot of mushroom here. I wonder if this is like a mushroom only area. Grab it. I mean, technically, with the mushrooms, I can already set up some, you know, the greenhouse. It's a nice start for the setup. But I kind of wanted to... I was looking for ores. Is that another mushroom? It is. That's a lot of mushrooms. No worries. We'll take what we can get right now. You know, I gotta take advantage of the fact that we get certain things, because once we start traveling, like right now, yeah, we have a lot right here, but we run out eventually. And I don't know what these planets are going to have. I really don't know what we're going to find out there. But I think there's an ore spot here. I just want to see what it has. What are you? Iron? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and write this down. Slash GPS. There's also going to be a Lantha. I'm going to do Lantha SS for Sunnyside. Is going to be my my GPS, just to keep myself organized here. Everything SS is Lantha Sunnyside. I didn't think about it. I could have done DS for the other side, dark side or something like that. But the other side is the only stuff, so we'll be able to keep it organized anyways. Logistics outpost. We got 7 minutes on this flyer, and I need to charge it. So what I'll do is I want to see one quick thing before I park it. And again, I didn't create a GPS for where the base is. And I don't know if the base is going to stay here long term. We might have to, you know, I might move it closer to the iron just to make my life easier as we get things. But there was the damaged antenna over here. I wanted to see where that is and if I can fly near it. To see if I can go there with a rover would be ideal. 7K's out that way. Don't know that I'd want to. A bit far. So maybe we'll set up the rover here and go to the logistics. Maybe we'll go to logistics posts, grind that down, get some materials, and come back here and start building. Loving this thing here. I should have placed an event controller on it. So that way when I park it, I could set up some... Is there a spot for an event controller? Not really. Let me park it and see where I can do with it. I mean, we can always do things. Okay. Park it right here. Lock it up or off. Beacon off. Recharge the battery. Where can I put an event controller here? That doesn't look ridiculous. None of these blocks are just a regular squared block, other than these scaffolding ones here on the side. So I could technically put one here and one there. Takes a little bit of the aesthetic away, I think. But being it, there's no other real choice. I think I can just do that. We can do the event controller right here. Like that. We can do an event controller here. And I mean, I'll just do 2 of them to keep it symmetrical. But I will only really need 1. Yeah. That could work. Let me go ahead and set my auto lock. Oh no. There we go. That's what I meant to do. Okay, event controller. Let's go ahead and do the prefix on these guys too. The number 2 will have nothing. The first one will be docking. Docking instructions. And we're gonna go ahead and select the actions here. But first, I need to set up another group, thrusters. And I want to take all of the thrusters. All thrusters. Okay. And, okay, event controller. For docking, so the first thing that I wanted to do is connector connected. Connector lock on lock, right? Small connector, select that to be the one that we use. And then selected block. Okay, cool. And I want to see what actions are we going to do. Are going to be select actions over here. So on the first hotbar, I want to take the group with the thrusters. We're going to turn them off. And then for the second one, we're going to turn them on. So when it's true, right? So now they're all off. Oh, the battery is disconnected. Now they're all on. I need to unlock this thing. There we go. So no matter what's going on, there's a big storm happening right now. I lock it, all the thrusters go off. Perfect. Okay, event controller. Go back. The second thing I wanted to do. Where is my options? Here, select action. So on hotbar number 2, I want to go ahead and start doing things like I made a mistake here. Let's lock the landing gear so I don't drop it. There we go. Now I can do this. Event controllers. So the first option, right, is the thrusters. The second one is going to be to place the battery into recharge on, recharge off. Let's test it again, right? So I lock it, and you can see on my number 9 there. Battery is charging, unlocked, battery is not charging. Okay, let's continue. The other thing I want to do on this event controlling docking is going to be on number 3 here. I'm going to turn my beacon off. When it's undocked, I'm going to turn it on. On my number 4, number 4, I'm going to turn the ore detector off, and then when I am not on there, turn it back on. I think those are all the main things I needed on and off. I also want to turn the lights off, but I need to make a group. So I want the offset lights. I'll just call these ambient lights. Ambient lights. And then I want the headlights, right? I'll just call them lights. Why not headlights, I guess? Headlights. Okay. So now we can go back to that event controller. And select actions again. So we were on number 4. Let's go to number 5. We're going to take the groups that I just made here. Headlights off. Headlights on. Okay. Let's go to number 6. We're going to take the ambient lights off. Ambient lights on. Right? The mag pads, I kind of want to leave them open to do their own thing. So we lock it. Recharge. Unlock it. Everything's on. Lights on. All of that. Lock it. Okay. The other thing I want to do is just calibrate these lights a little bit. So the ambient lights, I do want full range on them. However, I'm sorry. That's not this. 175 here. Do like a 200 and 250. Not that it'll change too much, but it just gives you more of a little bit of a yellower light as opposed to that strong light. Let's do lights again. I want to take my headlights max range on these guys. 175, 200, 250 on these guys as well. There you go. So we're done. Everything is set. I'm going to unlock it really quickly so I can blueprint this again. Go ahead and fix the blueprint on it since we got everything fixed on it now. Control B. Okay. Rename it. We keep the original. Set. Yes. And that puppy is ready for action. Go ahead and lock it down here. I thought I was going to do a reactor on it. Maybe in the future I might. For now, this is exactly what it is. All right. Very, very cool. I think that for my next step here, I need to make the base independent. And what that means is it's going to need its own... What is going on with these batteries? Fully depleted. We're not getting enough power here. Definitely not. What that means is I need to set up an ice farm with some engines here until we can get an actual reactor on board. But I think what I'll do is take the rover out of here and spend a little time with that. The base, will it die? Probably, eventually, but I'm not too worried because we got all these windmills on it. So we'll never fully die. Nothing that's not going to be recoverable. So let's do, since I got the miner right here, let me go ahead and get a load of ice. Since we're right on the ice, I'm just going to go a little far off over here so I don't, you know, I don't like to kind of pee and poo where I eat, so I'm just going to do a little further over here. So the rover doesn't fall into a hole or something like that. But the rover is more than capable to create its own hydrogen. There we go. Very cool. Big load of ice. Let's put that into the system. Let's get some hydrogen going. And eventually I'll do this for the base as well. I'm going to keep calling it a base until it looks like a ship. And then when it looks like a ship, we can call it something else. But let me just unload this onto the rover. Get everything pumping here with some hydrogen again. All right. Hide empty. H2O2s should be popping. Cool. Yeah. Exactly what we need. To be making some hydrogen. Because I emptied these guys out on the last trip. Yep, there we go. They're filling. Perfect. I think we're doing good. So back to what I was thinking here. If I want to park this little guy on top of the rover, right? Because he can be an awesome asset to the rover setup here. I think if I move the turrets, I get them to go further back here, right on these corners, I can create a little landing pad for him, specifically right there. I think that might be the way to go about it. So I think that's what I'll do. I think that I will move these turrets from here. Right? Because these are elevated anyway, if I remember correctly. And I can throw that all the way in the back there. Let's see. Might vent out the whole thing in the process, but do we have a connecting point here? Don't think so, but it could be. Okay, so that would go there. Could I just pull it from underneath so I don't have to look at it from up here? I can. This is great. Literally, we can do a... This is gonna hide it nice and neat too. Let me get a C-junction. The C-junction can go like so. Right there. Great. Can go here, here, and here. You can close all this off again with just regular blocks. Well, I was using different blocks here. I was using this design. Let me get some steel plate. I know I got it. I had a pocket full of it. Let's get that. And then there you have it. And later, if I need to do something with this here, I can still do it. And look at all this room it's going to leave me to park the miner. I'm sorry, the Blue Angel. I gotta start calling these things by their names. Because it's why we're doing that. We're naming them for a reason. I do plan on naming this rover today. That I've had such a hard time naming it. I don't really know what to name it. If you are watching me, help me name this rover. He feels lonely. We call him everything but his real name. And he's getting upset. Okay, let's set this up now. Everything stays pressurized, right? And then the turrets can go in the corner here. Let's get those turrets again. I think these were assault. I think they were. It was these guys, autocannons, or the assault cannons. I think both of them have the, yeah. That's the assault cannon, or the autocannon. Go with the assault. More boom. Cool. And yeah, that works. That works. Also, no, also. So let me see something. I think I can take that now, and let me see how many blocks from the back there. So it'd be facing backwards. So the connector is here, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks from the connector. So if I put a connector right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it'll finish right there. It'll fit perfectly. So I legitimately could just set up a connector right there, like so, right? And so it's not going to burn everything here and like damage things. I can actually cover a lot of these things up here. And I can make a small little landing pad for it. So I'm thinking that I should protect it with some blocks here. Maybe we can do like a line of... how do I do this? Let's make it look fancy. Make it look a little different than what I normally do. Right? Maybe one here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is the last one. And that's about all the room I'm going to be able to get there. Yeah, that's the last one I'm going to be able to get. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it ends there. I can maybe do 2 more here. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try something like that. It'll make sense here in a bit. I hope. And we can do some... It's going to be 3... okay, let's get some windows. Like this. Do I have stuff for that? Do I have... no, I don't. Empty. Hide empty. No, I have to go to the base. I need some... girders. Just give me 100 of them. That way I don't have to keep worrying about it. And I kind of wanted to go back to that lighter color that I grabbed, that I used up here. Let's get that for now. Just want to do a test and see what that looks like. So this is what I was thinking. We can do almost like a catwalk landing pad here. Something like this. I think it'll match the bottom and the back there, since we have that in the back of the rover too. Kind of have that feel, that vibe going on here. I think that'll be cool up here as well. And then for the sides, I can do some blocks to make them look kind of filled in here. Think that might look cool? We'll try it. Let's see. I'm thinking these guys, right? Do that. And that's as far as it's going to go, because, like I said, here we can't place anything. Don't know how I feel about that, but let's see. We shall see. Maybe we can do something simple, really. Like, that's just it there. Cool thing about it is I can put some lighting on the bottom here. Show it where it's landing. For example, 1, 2, 3, and a full. Yeah, that shall work. Let's look up those lights. And that's going to be these guys here. And honestly, I don't want a big range on them. I just want them to look a certain way. And I want them to be red. Like that. So it's just going to show a little red stripe here where they arc. All right, this is kind of cool. There we go. Let the build and repair do that job. I don't have blocks there, which is cool. Let's bring it over here. See how that feels. Park it on there. Very cool. It's recharging kind of quick too. All right, so the way I was thinking was it lands like here, like so. Line that up. Let me turn the auto lock off for this. I hope it doesn't clang out too bad because it's on the top of the rover like this. There we go. As long as we line it up perfectly. Go ahead and lock it. Oh yeah, thing's gonna look dope up there. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. It's gonna look cool. So we'll kind of see those little red lights popping out every now and then. It's kind of cool. And we can always climb up there and use that to go scouting, to go do things. I think that's a nice little addition to it. Why didn't this get welded? All right, but I do want to take it out of here while I'm while I'm still building. So now I know the dimensions of that. Let this continue to charge up here, do its thing. There we go. Locked, recharging. Let's continue to work on the rover a little bit. So there you go. We have some type of a landing pad on top here.
Fuel low.
Fuel low. Get some fuel. I might pull a conveyor on the side here. To connect the rover to. Is that worth it? I don't know. I don't know. Just to keep getting parts, but as soon as I park it up there, it'll build itself. Not a big deal. And get parts for this. And we have that turret back on. Okay. Starting to take a little bit more shape. It's starting to look a little different, but I think this is kind of interesting. Yeah. This could be something. Food. Oh, speaking of food, let me check my kelp crisps. They should be done. We should have a few by now. Oh yeah, look at that. Made 24 of them. I'm going to go ahead and just set them up as my number 3. Food. Consumables. That's what I was looking for. Food items. Food items is what I meant. Kelp crisps. I usually set them on my 3rd hot bar here. And they're crisps, so you're constantly munching on them. They only give you like 8% fill. So, you know, you just keep eating them for as long as you need to. Okay. I do like this color. And I do want to add a little bit of that onto here. To give it a little bit of a contrast. Right? Because this was just too blue. Too much blue going on there. Let me turn the idle movement off on the turrets. Turn it off. And paint them. I think I'm going to go with this color on the turrets as well. And I like stripes. I do stripes on a lot of my vehicles. I think this one is a striper. I think he needs stripes. Don't want to do that. I think this lid can be that color. And then this would be like the continuation of the stripes there, right? Technically, kind of. Yeah, that could be it. Do I do the batteries? Let me see what that looks like. I kind of like it. Yeah, it'll differentiate it. And we can do it all the way down here too. The issue I'm having is where that block is. I need to paint under it. And I did not set up my paint tool mod. So, can we do it from the inside? Can we do it from the inside? Let's see what it looks like in there. All I know is it's not frosty anymore. It looks way nicer as it is. Put that alone. Yeah, I can paint it through here. See what else is going on. Yeah, that's about all I'm gonna be able to reach through here. Okay, that's fine. We'll come back to this inside. So that gives it a little bit of something, right? I don't want to put some details around this section. I think that would make it look nice. And I'm definitely going to paint my catwalks white too. Yeah, I think that'll be kind of cool. So we'll do that. Go over here. Paint them all. I probably painted what I wasn't supposed to. I don't know. There we go. I want to make sure I get those 2 there. The rest I can get from the top. Okay, very nice. Yeah, I can get the rest of these from up here. It's just be easier. But this just gives it a different little contrast, I think. Right, just to differentiate these colors. I think that would be kind of cool. Let's see. Sweet. I will also do the landing connectors there with that color. There we have it. Take a look from above. There you go. Things are starting to pop out a little bit more, right? They're not as bland as they were before. What if we do tank and cargo as well? Do I even do this guy? I don't hate it. I don't hate any of these painted like that. I kind of like it. Yeah, I'm going for it. Match it on this side here. We can leave the connector the same color, I think. Oh, and that guy needs to be that color as well. I think that would be kind of cool. And I need a dark color now. I think something to be the dark color here, like a black. Everything's so pretty. Let's do a little war torn. And, you know, so we can have a nice black stripe next. Ooh, I don't love that. I don't love that. Let's see, what kind of other skin can I use that's a little bit nicer? Yeah, that's nicer. That's way nicer. Let's go ahead and get these guys all painted up. The lights, these guys. This will give it a nice little... That could be black. The antenna, could the antenna be black? I think the antenna needs to be white, actually. Let's go with the white on the antenna. Yeah. Now, with this black here, I could do... I feel like this needs a stripe. Because the light's there, and then the light will be black as well. All the way over here as well. This is cool. Do these in black as well. And since we've been doing this material here in black, let's do the front bumper in black. I think that should be black. No, that should be white. And this is kind of how my design process works. I just take my time with things and just have fun with it, really. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do any of this. It's what you prefer and it's what you like. What you feel is, you know, looks good and looks like something that's going to make you feel good. But to match this here, I think I want to do the black down there as well, like here. I think that'll be kind of cool. We have the blue, black, and white theme. How does that look? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Kind of love it. Feel like this white could go all the way through the bottom here. I must be honest. Like here. You know? Like it's the fill of the windows. I kind of like it. I think that could be a thing. Yeah. What kind of color wheels do we want? Blue, black, or the white? Let's take one of each. There we go. We have the blue, black, or white. I kind of like the white. It looks like more like a chrome. I think this might be the better one. paint that. See that? Yeah, that makes them pop a little more, I think. Looks cool. And we can paint the suspensions a different color too. So I'm thinking undercarriage stuff, maybe we do that in black. Right? Example here. Those could be black. Something. And I feel like that line needs to come all the way through to here. Because it's got that line over there. And then I feel like there should be one here too. Because we did the black up there, but we didn't do it down there. Don't know yet. Or get loose track things. Let's do that in black as well. I'm just gonna take this out of here. Yeah, do something like that. And circle it around. Like so. Yeah. It's giving it more details. It's giving it, you know, different looks here. I kind of like it. I feel like there should be a black stripe going on here as well. Right? I can't fit it because of the... let me just get this out of here. And I'll put it back on once I'm done painting. Yeah. I was thinking that needs to be black as well. Again, let me see inside. There's no way I'm gonna reach that, I don't think. Oh, it's right under here. No, I can't. Can't do it. Come on, come on. All right, it's fine. We can work around it. We can just grab one of these. There we go. And then we can paint it like that. And that makes me think, do batteries go black?
Fuel low.
Decisions. Always decisions.
Critical.
Always decisions. To figure out how to... Whoa, I almost knocked my microphone over. Sorry. But look at just that little bit of detail work there, right? That already gives it so much more of a look. It doesn't seem like that stagnant of a rover. Like, there's a lot of curves and things that can be highlighted here. So I think that would be interesting. What I want to do next is get this off the back here. Get him off of the rover. Let's leave him here for a second. Does you see this here? Now this allows me to do other things down here too, to continue that stripe. For example, if I take one of these guys here, where is it? Where is it? That, right? Like so. I can bring them all the way around. I can't connect it there, but I can paint that. Okay, we'll have to do this the long way because it's just the way the blocks work. Let's see. So if I do this here, right? One of these. Then we can go back down. Yeah, something like, no. Like that. I know there are bases around me. I'll get to them eventually. Honestly, right now, it's just more of a chill vibe here. This is kind of what I want. Just to relax a little bit and do some detail work. Let's see. That... What does that look like? Look at the look that gave the door. I like that. Alright, cool. And then we can do this section here in black. Like these stripes. All the way out to the bumper. Like that. And then the bumpers in the back can match the bumpers in the front. And I never finish painting my suspensions. Because, ooh, shiny. I have a ooh shiny problem. Things are shiny, I lose track of what I was doing. Let's get this here painted. I want that painted. Can I fit through here? I can't even fit through here. We can go here. Alright. Very cool. Look at that. They're starting to look like something. This stripe, this color, I want to bring forward. All the way here. Same on this side. All the way forward. Yeah. And these here can be painted. Not you. I mean, yeah, it can be all of them. Just go with it. Like that, like that. And then we can do... So I was thinking about doing a... like mud guards on this rover, right? It was my original idea on what I was going to do. However, I kind of let that go. So one thing I want to know here is if I do the mud guards, what color would they be, right? Since the wheels are white, the suspensions are black. Do they go in black? I think they do, actually. So for example, if I were to do something like this. Right? I think this could be it. Huh. Alright. Digging it so far. Can we add these guys? I need to get a profile look at this. I think that could be kind of cool. Like, I was going to connect them all, but I think this is more what it needs. I think this is pretty decent. Like little mud guards. Look at that. And then actually do this section here in the white. Like those guys in the white, the rest in the mudguard color. There's one problem here. I don't like this color. This is too clean. Retrofuture? Oh. Or the plastic. Plastic armor has a nice... this here. Because it has these, like those screws looking. I think those look a little better than a lot of these here. But because they're plastic, they reflect the light a little different, I think. Still interesting. I just hope it doesn't affect the wheels. I have no idea where that landed. It's all the way up there. Okay. Do I go all the way back with them? No, I don't want to go all the way back with them. Yeah, just like that. I'm going to go get... That looks decent, actually. I don't hate it. I like it. Let's do the other side. And same thing. Let me get the color of these guys here. Like so. And get them going here. 2, 3. All right. And let's get the sloopies. That. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh man, that gives this rover a way different vibe, right? Like it gives it a nice different vibe. I kind of like it a lot. I'm not liking the blue around the white here. Not loving that part yet. I think I'm going to color that as well in the white and see what happens here. So if I were to do this, and intentionally leave those blue ones there, just to get a little bit of that contrast, just from certain angles. See how that feels. How does that feel? I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I kind of want to get some blue plating here. Right? And if I did, I don't want to go all the way down with detail. Maybe something like here. Here. I can leave 2 here. Or something in the middle there. Like so. And then maybe here I can do... That breaches into the cab, which is fine. Let me do... those guys there. That's cool. Yeah. See, that gives it a different vibe altogether. Cool. I would like to then... Might copy the same black color here. I don't like these ports being open here. I was thinking about maybe just throwing a couple of these here. And then with the conveyor ends. Yeah, just throw a conveyor end right there. Like that. Give it a little bit more detail. Don't know that I absolutely love it yet. That might be one of those things I come back and change later. But that could be something there. Okay, let's do the vent trick here as well. So I want this color. I want the vents. The heat vents, to be more specific. We'll go ahead and create that divot, the little dip here that I did on the other side. Like so, like so.
Fuel critical.
Stop being critical. Fuel's always critical. I'm starting to walk slow because I haven't eaten enough. I didn't really need to come in here. This thing doesn't refuel the... Okay. The bottles. Oh yeah, that is one thing I wanted to do here that I just remember. I don't have a hydrogen tank on this rover, on this ship. I haven't needed it because I haven't gone far with it or done anything substantial, really. But you know what? I'll come back to that. Shiny, gotta stop being shiny. I'm thinking maybe now that I got these colors going on here, kind of want to do something different here. I need more steel plate. Yeah. See what this looks like. You can always reach through those guys. And then instead of this here, I create more of a slope that goes down here. Right? Still want to hide these conveyors. Maybe I'll just take that out of there. Maybe just keep it simple. I mean, look at that. It's a lot smoother than what I had before. Right on the other side. Yeah. So that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Let's get the beam blocks. Create that little edge going back up. Oh, I have to start from here. And simple, right? Just that descent right back into the side of the rover there. Where's that LCD that I like? 3x3. Yeah, LCD panel. How would you fit?
Fuel low.
Oh my god, with the fuel low.
Fuel critical.
I can't refuel my bottles through there. I'm just gonna connect it again. Gonna connect it, that way I can always just jump in there. Alright, alright. I do apologize about that, guys. I am back. Oh, look at that. That big rain just started here. Cool. Yeah, this is looking cool so far. I think I like it. Let's see. What else can be done here? Other than just placing my turrets back. I feel like up here something needs to be happening. For example, here. Like it's supporting this connector somehow. Yeah, maybe. Take a look here. Here. There. So on that other end, I couldn't connect these two because of the survival, sorry, the refuel station sitting there. So here I'll do a little bit different, just so it connects to the wall there. We can do one of these. Yeah. I think that's interesting. Right? A little bit more interesting. Now back to the turret. The issue with the turret is the footprint that it takes. Right, I was looking at these guys. Look at how big that footprint is. Right? So it takes 2 blocks away from its side. These guys take 2 less. And these are the autocannon turrets. So, I mean, I could still have one of these if I put it here. That would work. However, my design kind of falls apart a little bit when I do it that way. But the other thing is, I can come all the way up here with these. So follow my train of thought for 1 second here. If I extend this outer border of where the cargo is here, right? I could make that look good. I mean, I don't know about good, but I can make it look decent. And I can have the turrets here and there. Without all of that. Or I can just go with the smaller turrets. That is something that is a possibility. You know, it's not until you're in battle that you care about the size of the turrets. And I know these guys are kind of the weaker ones. Medium rate of fire, good punch, and a small turret. Autocannon magazines. Slower and bigger sibling of the autocannon. Deals decent damage to armored targets. Uses assault cannon shells. But this here would be great for taking out a turret that's shooting at us, basically. You know, so if I bring it out one block and this way one block, what is that going to look like? I think I'm going to try this on one side and see what it looks like. That means all of this has to go. Create that little support there. So what ends up happening, let me see if I can even get this to work. Which block do I need here? It would be in this section. I don't even know. Do we have a block that fits here? But basically, we have that, that, all the way to that. I just want to see something here. So the turret would sit here. Right there. That gives me all that room I need. Yeah. I just need to make that look pretty. Means this block gotta go. This gotta go. That gotta go. What are you? You gotta go. And then that needs to turn into here. And grab this here. And then set it up like this. Now we block this, block this. What I need to do is just make sure that all of this is smooth. I mean, I don't love that, do I? Because then we would need something like here as well to close it off. That kind of changes the profile of the ship, right? The rover. So we have that going on. They put the wrong blocks in here. Yeah, wrong skin. So it would be something like this. I mean, I could technically then slide it down like that. Do I love that? Kind of don't know how I feel about it. Let me see it with the turret. Get that white. Put it there. Put it there. It's not bad. Not bad, actually. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat what you think. Yeah, I think I'll do it on both sides. The only thing is, I don't love this little edge here, right? That's the thing that's kind of throwing me out. But what if I did something a little different here? So that we slide back into that. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if I do that? And wait a minute. I'm on to something here. Let me cook. It's not gonna be this one. What about that? That's a little better, actually. I do it to both sides. Something like that. And then here, just slide it back up. Or actually, I can even give this that same detail by doing this. Okay, I'm cooking. I'm cooking. That goes there. That goes there. Oh, that doesn't go there. I think it was this one. But this goes there. And this goes here. We changed the profile a little bit, but it's now... It's coherent. It's coherent to it. I don't know that I liked all this black stripe here now, to be honest. Like, that could go away. But this is decent. It's decent. Alright, I'm going with this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Idle movement off. Not bad. It's not bad at all. And that allows me to fix this section here that I was kind of struggling with a little bit. Alright, so we had done that there. And then literally I could just pop one of these guys here. What are these called anyway? I always call these guys. I need blocks. I need steel. Give me more steel.
Fuel critical.
Cool. Very nice. It's happening. It's happening. So yeah, let's take a look at both profiles. So look at this side, right? With the turret there, and then the other profile. I kind of like it. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Let me know what you guys think. So that could be that. And then we can do that to this side. After we finish what we were doing over here. connect it all. Not the one. Let's see. That. There. That there. And then the little flats that I was using here. And that just connects it all back to the beginning. There we go. Sweet. Looks more uniform. A little better now. Okay, back to this section. So here we had removed all these guys. I had to move that connecting point all the way over here, which is the, ooh, a little different here because I actually have conveyors there, don't I? Yeah. There we go. So these here can get out. It just has to be. Make sure I remember what I was doing here. Okay. I think it was this block. Yeah, that guy goes here. And then we do the slopey. This here. There. And then we can follow that line down here again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. Oh. That one can be in the proper color here. Bam, bam. And, oh yeah, I did a slide up. Right there. Very cool. So now we got a good design there. I just gotta remember where I put the conveyor system here, how I did that other side. I think it was here. Yeah. I'll fix that bottom part, I'm not too worried. Let's get these guys again. So that's going to have to be a curve, a C-junction. Like so. Yeah, there. And aiming up C-junction and the mounting point for the turret. Then we can set up the blocks there, there, and there. Sweet. I want to verify something on this end. And then slope down. Okay. This is what we did here. Slope all the way down. Like so. There needs to be a block in there though. Sweet. Now we have this side built as well. Let's get that other turret into place. In the proper color. Match it in the white. Bam. Idle movement. Off. There we go. So we compromised. We got the big got the big turrets that I wanted. And also managed to keep the landing pad. So it's a win-win. Got some mud guards on the tires. Things are looking good. Things are looking good so far. Let's see here. What else would be a good option? Oh yeah. I didn't want these to be all blue. Or to be black. I want them to be in blue here. Very cool. I think this is a good little design there. Let's start the design anyway. Looking like something. Alright, so here is the moment of truth, right? Do I want these mud guards that I did here on the back here? I'm thinking yes. So the situation is I'm going to have to set up a way to lock them to the frame here, right? And I think that I can do that by doing this. If I get the slope, right? If I get these, do that. I'm gonna do these as I go so I don't forget any. Oh. So that means I can't have this here to make this happen. Can't have that there. Okay. Or that one. Does that matter? Yeah, this is gonna look. So then I did that. Just need to match them to the proper height here. So those start off at one block away from there. I should have done them directly on here, actually. Yeah. I did it in the wrong place. Yeah. Did them in the wrong place. It'll make sense here in a second. So we can... That's still on the... Okay, so not that one. So what this means is... I can get this color back down. 2, 1, 2... Do those blocks there. Block. And then you have your mudguard there. So it's going to continue to be a little... Yeah, we don't need to do it on the actual frame. I have to take these out again. You just do them on the wheel itself. Okay. Back at it. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay. So now we can start doing these. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. I want to make sure I set them all up right before I start doing this. See, so here's the slope. There we go. Now the beam block 2x1 base right there. 2 of them, right? We take this color and a regular flat panel. This one? No, that's not the one. This guy. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. So now I can put my slopes here. Yeah, I think that's gonna give it a nice spice up.
Fuel low.
Get some fuel. Okay. You know, I've been building in creative lately, a lot lately, and you realize how painstakingly, how much time it takes to do this stuff, like in survival versus creative. I like to sometimes just jump into creative and be creative, you know, just design something for no reason without thinking about the elements of survival just to make it look pretty or something. And that's a completely different type of build than what we have here, right? Because I still have to, like, I want to make it look nice, I want to make it look pretty, but at the same time, I still need to make it functional. I need to make it, you know, serve a purpose in the series, in the survival. And look at that. I like this thing. It's looking really good. I hope the wheels don't freak out, especially since we lowered the wheels on this vehicle. I just hope that everything's gonna be alright. I'm just moving by faith here. I need more steel plate. Go get some more. Make 1,000. Yeah. Let's see. Got 3 of these. Cool. We are getting there. I want to take this for a little spin after this. See how it feels. There we go. Take a look from above. I kind of like it. It looks It looks nice. I want to take it for a quick spin. Let's drive around the ice real quick. I haven't even touched the inside of this thing yet. This weather's not helping either. Yeah, it's fine. It's working fine. Yep. I know the wheels are going to probably clip through when I drop it to park it. But, I mean, I'm not too worried. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, looks good to me. Yeah, clip a little tiny bit when you turn. But I'm not too worried about it. Let it do what it does. The alternative would to make them a lot bigger, which can be an option. That means that they would come out further out. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine like this. Yeah. This is a good start to making this rover look like a rover. Yeah. See how it behaves when I put it back in the base. It'd be fine. And this is one of the reasons I didn't want to go too low with those mud guards. Because of these connecting points here. Right? For it to go up there. The connectors do slide on there sometimes. Alright. It's alright. Let's take a look under the rover. And guys, I think this is where I'm going to call it a night. Tomorrow is a work day, and where's my K menu? Okay, wheels. And I do have to get ready, set up some dinner, get ready for work tomorrow. So here we go. Drop that, connect it, back up a little bit so they connect. A little more. There we go. And parked. So overall, it was productive. It was a chill little stream. I get it. Nothing too exciting about the development of the plant happened today. But this is how I play. I like to play the game like this sometimes. Where it's just a moment where you sit down, enjoy, make your builds look nice, make them look the way you want them, make them comfortable. There's a lot more work to be done in that department here. But if you're constantly doing that, eventually you end up with really, really cool and bomb builds that you really enjoy. I am very excited about this little flyer here. I'm excited to use it next time. We are definitely going to go explore what other ores are out here. We're going to go explore these places here too. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my cryo, where I am not to be awakened. Did I ever bring my camera here? I did. Awesome. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Again, feel free to ask me questions about anything. I'd love to hear more suggestions if you guys think about, hey, the build needs to be a certain way. It needs to, you know, I love to hear those options. So I wish you guys a great evening, and I'll see you on the next Adventures of Siberia. Have a good night. Bye-bye.